Okay, a few minutes are there. That man is coming. Caleb, Caleb, Caleb. Yeah. Caleb, Caleb. Okay, we'll start with our prayer. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahanu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Akhandam Satchidanandam Avang Manasagocharam Atmanam Akhiladharam Asraye Bhishta Siddhaye. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor. May our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. I take refuge in the self, the individual, the existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute, beyond the reach of words and thought, and the substratum of all, for the attainment of my cherished desire. What is the desire? My cherished desire to experience, to realize this truth, which is indivisible, which is absolute awareness, consciousness, and bliss. So, we are studying Vedantasara. But before we start, we'll read it. Read the complete works of Swami Vivekananda, a portion. Vedantasara, the gist of Vedanta. Shankaracharya said that I can tell you what is the gist of Vedanta. It can be said in half a shloka, half a verse. Brahman alone is real, and this world is appearance. This is Vedanta. So, yeah, we'll go to that. Now, let us read from the complete works of Swami Vivekananda. David.
On some other occasions, I told you the definition of God and man. Man is an infinite circle whose circumference is nowhere, but the center is located in one spot. And God is an infinite circle whose circumference is nowhere, but whose center is everywhere.
Okay, this is very nice definition. You know, in Vedanta, what is a man? We find three things: a person, experiencer. I experience this world, and there is something we experience. We don't know what it is, but we experience. And third is who is this creator of the whole system. So what we call God and this man and the creation world, Jagat. Now, Vedanta says these two or three are not different. It is one and the same thing appearing as so many things. Now, how that can be? God who was created everything. How can this small human being is equated with him? This is the challenge. So Swamiji defined it very wonderfully. He said, man is an infinite circle whose circumference is nowhere. And nowhere. You can see your circumference nowhere. Where is the limit? But center is here. We can understand. Is the center. Man is an infinite circle whose circumference is nowhere, but the center is located in one spot. And God is an infinite circle whose circumference is nowhere, but whose center is everywhere. See, there, everywhere. Yumam pashyati sarvatram sarvam chamai pashyati. He who sees me everywhere and everything in me. I do not destroy him, neither he destroys me, denies me. So, so this is a new definition that we find Swami Vivekananda gave. A wonderful definition. Yes. Go ahead.
He works through all hands, sees through all eyes, walks on all feet, breathes through all bodies, lives in all life, speaks through every mouth, and thinks through every brain. Man can become like God and acquire control over the whole universe if he multiplies infinitely his center of self-consciousness. Consciousness, therefore, is the chief thing to understand.
Now just see, go slowly. Man can become like God and acquire control over the whole universe if he multiplies infinitely his center of self-consciousness. So self-consciousness. Then what will happen? In our dream, whatever we see, whosoever, so many people may be there in my dream. All are thinking. All maybe some work is also being done. But it is the consciousness that is pervaded everything of the dream. Similarly, man can extend this and he can find this self, this center is everywhere. So, just a minute.
You want me to read it
Yeah,
again, Swami?
man can become like God and acquire control over the whole universe if he multiplies infinitely his center of self-consciousness. Consciousness, therefore, is the chief thing to understand. See, even if we are conscious, we can multiply ourselves. So everything is happening on our consciousness. Oh, we all are one in consciousness. So let us say that there is an infinite line amid darkness. We do not see the line, but on it there is one luminous point which moves on. Yeah, please read.
Do you want me to read that section again or just
Yeah.
continue?
Go ahead.
He works through all hands, sees through all eyes, walks on all feet, breathes through all bodies, lives in all life, speaks through every mouth, and thinks through every brain. Man can become like God and acquire control over the whole universe if he multiplies infinitely his center of self-consciousness. Consciousness, therefore, is the chief thing to understand. Let us say that here is an infinite line amid darkness. We do not see the line, but on it there is one luminous point which moves on. As it moves along the line, it lights up its different parts in succession, and all that is left behind becomes dark again. Our consciousness may well be likened to this luminous point. Should I read that again, Swami, or just continue?
Okay, go ahead.
Read again? Okay.
It's past.
Its past experiences have been replaced by the present or have become subconscious. We are not aware of their presence in us, but there they are, unconsciously influencing our body and mind. Every movement that is now being made without the help of consciousness was previously conscious. Sufficient impetus has been given to it to work of itself. The great error in all ethical systems, without exception, has been the failure of teaching the means by which man could refrain from doing evil. All the systems of ethics teach, do not steal. Very good, but why does a man steal? Because all stealing, robbing, and other evil actions, as a rule, have become automatic. The systematic robber, thief, liar, unjust man and woman are all these in spite of themselves. It is really a tremendous psychological problem. We should look upon man in the most charitable light. It is not so easy to be good. What are you but mere machines until you are free? Should you be proud because you are good? Certainly not. You are good because you cannot help it. Another is bad because he cannot help it. If you were in his position, who knows what you would have been? The woman in the street or the thief in the jail is the Christ that is being sacrificed that you may be a good man. Such is the law of balance. All the thieves and the murderers, all the unjust, the weakest, the wickedest, the devils, they are all my Christ. I owe worship to the God Christ and to the demon Christ. That is my doctrine. I cannot help it. My salutation goes to the feet of the good, the saintly, and to the feet of the wicked and the devilish. They are all my teachers, are all my spiritual fathers, all are my saviors. I may curse one and yet benefit by his failings. I may bless another and benefit by his good deeds. This is as true as that I stand here. I have to sneer at the woman walking in the street because society wants it. She, my savior, she whose street walking is the cause of the chastity of other women. Think of that. Think, men and women, of this question in your mind. It is a truth, a bare, bold truth. As I see more of the world, see more of men and women, this conviction grows stronger. Whom shall I blame? Whom shall I praise? Both sides of the shield must be seen.
So what is Swamiji saying? The sum total of this is the manifestation of the same consciousness. So good, bad, or indifferent, these we think that way. So whatever we experience through our consciousness. And in consciousness we compare with some ideas. So actually it is not in the thing, it may be in our thinking. So and secondly, that those who have committed some mistake, those are our teachers. By seeing them, we will be shunned from that action. Therefore, not to hate anyone, rather we are to see that it is God who is manifesting in so many forms. Say darkness only enhances the light. To see light, the darkness help like that. So in this relative world it is like this, but in reality there is one thing. That one thing is manifesting in so many forms. Yes, go ahead.
The task before us is vast. And first and foremost, we must seek to control the vast mass of sunken thoughts, which have become automatic with us. The evil deed is, no doubt, on the conscious plane, but the cause which produced the evil deed was far beyond in the realms of the unconscious, unseen, and therefore more potent. Practical psychology directs, first of all, its energies in controlling the unconscious.
So what is this unseen? Unseen means adrishta. That means whatever we do, that gives an impression on us. If we do good thing, it will leave a good impression, and that will acquire. So next, when we do something, that will influence. Say person can write very nicely. He has acquired that in course of time, and therefore he writes correctly. So that helps. The previous practice helps us. That is why we need to do good practices. So that is the potent and far beyond the realms of unconscious, unseen, and therefore more potent. That influences us. Yeah, practical. Yes.
Practical psychology directs, first of all, its energies in controlling the unconscious, and we know that we can do it. Why? Because we know the cause of the unconscious is the conscious. The unconscious thoughts are the submerged millions of our old conscious thoughts. Old conscious actions become petrified. We do not look at them, do not know them, have forgotten them. But mind you, if the power of evil is in the unconscious, so also is the power of good. We have many things stored in us as in a pocket. We have forgotten them, do not even think of them, and there are many of them, rotting, becoming positively dangerous. They come forth, the unconscious causes which kill humanity. True psychology would, therefore, try to bring them under the control of the conscious. The great task is to revive the whole man, as it were, in order to make him the complete master of himself. Even what we call the automatic action of the organs within our bodies, such as the liver, etc., can be made to obey our commands.
So what Swamiji is saying, that we have to bring our old good habits uh, to our conscious level, so that we can progress on that path. So what is happening when we do something, say like a singer, sing and practices something, and that practice become the second nature, and that helps. And when he tries to sing, he will sing correctly. So whatever is unconscious, we have to bring to our conscious level. As of now, we think that we are human being, but actually we are divine. That we have to bring to our conscious level, that we are not ordinary human being, rather we are divine being. That we have to bring to our conscious level. Yes.
This is the first part of the study, the control of the unconscious. The next is to go beyond the conscious. Just as the unconscious work is beneath consciousness, so there is another work which is above consciousness. When this superconscious state is reached, man becomes free and divine. Death becomes immortality. Weakness becomes infinite power, and iron bondage becomes liberty. That is the goal, the infinite realm of the superconscious.
Yeah. So superconscious, even we have to go beyond this conscious level. That means, in relative term, we have to go beyond relativity. In relativity, we have good, bad, or indifference. So this is normal. In what we call Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna, as Gita said, that all whatever is in the realm of three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, all these are within the sphere of this relative world. Therefore, one should go beyond these three gunas. Now let us come back to our studies. So previously we have completed that 56, but we will touch upon the things, otherwise we may not appreciate. 56 we have completed, but you give that. What is the idea behind? The idea behind is, in the first section we have seen the introduction. Who is the adhikari, what is the purpose, etc. We have gone in great details. Now, as we have just now heard that we are divine being, but we don't feel so. And this whole world is our projection. That also we don't feel. We think it is all made individually, and I cannot do anything. And who has created this? So all these perplexes us. Now, what Vedanta says? Vedanta says that you alone are real. And what you are actually, thou art that. You are the same principle, same entity. What is called as that? That means Supreme Being. You are Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Svabhava. Nitya, you are eternal. You are purest. Nitya Shuddha Buddha, you are most intelligent. And Mukta and free. But we don't feel. Why we don't feel? Because we are subjected to this Maya, superimposition on us. This ajnana, ignorance, this ignorance has superimposed on us. So here in this section, what is being done? How this superimposition has happened. And then how to nullify it. So that when the superimposition is imposed, then it will shine. Like, example, like a rope. We see a snake on the rope. But when we bring light, the snakeness goes away. And we see the rope, the reality. So, this section deals with how this superimposition has happened and what are its modifications. And if we can understand how it happens, we can remove it and be what we are. So this is the effort here that the author has put it. So there are three gunas, as we can see in the chart, Sankhya evolution of Prakriti. Now one thing is Purusha. Purusha is ever pure, ever eternal, Nitya Shuddha. It is pure. Buddha, intelligent, and Mukta Svabhava, consciousness. It is free, ever free. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta. So here, the same entity somehow gets influenced. So how somehow it happens? So Gita says, there are two Prakriti. I take the help of one Prakriti to create the other Prakriti. One is Apara Prakriti, one is Para Prakriti. Apara means lower Prakriti, not supreme. Para Prakriti is supreme Prakriti. Now, how it is created? So three examples were given. Yathornanabhi srijate grinnate cha. Like spider, it takes out thread from itself and creates a wonderful wave. It doesn't require material cause from somewhere else. It creates itself. So there are two causes there. One is the material cause, one is intelligent cause. The spider itself, the intelligent of the spider. So spider has two components. One is the physical body and the intelligent portion or conscious portion. So spider takes out the thread from within and intelligently waves. So here both the components are available. Similarly, yatha prithibhyam oshadaya, like the various grains and medicines are produced on the earth. Earth produces itself. It doesn't require material from outside. And whatever component is there, it grows by itself. Yatha satah purushat keshalumani. As human being has got hair and nails, etc., it also comes out from within, though it looks automatic. So the same thing, we just read it, then we go forward. Just as the spider, when considered from the standpoint of its own self, is the efficient cause of the web, and when looked upon from the standpoint of its body, is also the material cause of the web. So both the causes are fulfilled. From intelligent comes the intelligent cause, and from body comes material cause. Now, these are happening because of, say, like this. Let us go first from. Say, as of now, everything is differentiated. You are there, this whole world is there, and I am there. There must be a creator. Now, what happens when we go to sleep? The whole system crumbles and goes back to a state which we call dream. That time we don't see all this variation, the creation. What we see dream. Then again it goes to another state which is called dreamless state, where everything is merged in one. And next morning what happens? Somehow we come out of that dreamless state, and then the creation happens. How it happens? This is, like for Vedanta, we don't need any instrument. Instrument is given here, and everything is available here. Only we have to understand this. So, if you see the chart, one is called Mula Prakriti. How this world is created? There must be a power. That Mula Prakriti. What is this Mula Prakriti? It cannot be expressed. That's why it is called Abhyakta. Uncreated, unexplained. Can you explain? If I ask you, when you are in deep sleep, can you explain yourself? You cannot. And when you are waking up, so first is called Mahat. When you have some inkling that I am waking up, but still everything is not clear. So this first time it happens, Buddhi, the intellect, and Mahat. Mahat means that greatness, Mahat, great. So that means everything is included there. From there comes mind and ego, and then intellect, Buddhi, mind, intellect. First is mind. One is called that no, just yeah, or no, not that. Ahamkara, ego, ahamkara, and what is chitta, sorry, chitta. What is chitta? Say light should fall on something, and that looks like exactly light. Chitta. Chit means consciousness, as if consciousness. So first everything is merged, from that comes chitta, and in that chitta, what he call mind stuff, in that comes ego, ahamkar. So first time we experience in the morning, just when you are coming out of your dreamless state. First is you are aware of your chitta, as if you are aware. And then comes your ego, ahamkar. Then you try to understand, where am I, who am I, why I am here, etc. And then all this happens because of mind and intellect. So all these four are not separate. It is various modulation of the same internal organ. Internal organ. Say I have organs, like this hand is my organ. Eyes are my organs. This is organ of perception. This is organ of action. I can do something like this. And through eyes I perceive. Organ of perception, organ of action. But internal organ, it is very subtle and powerful or all pervading. So when you are coming out from your deep sleep, first there is Mahat. Mahat then transform into four. Chitta, Ahamkar, like mind stuff, ego, and intellect, and mind. Why mind? All these are different. Why are different? Because through mind we try to understand what is good for me. Sankalpa, Vikalpa. Yes, when I am thinking something, say I have to go to the market. Oh, I have to purchase this. Oh, that one is very good. So all this, what we do, we capture something and leave something and capture something else. Sankalpa, Vikalpa. And through intellect we decide. Nishchayatmika vritti. We decide what is good, what is not good. So this is another vritti, means another modification. And all these are in our chitta, like mind lake. Mind lake. And this is experienced by me. So that's ego, like modification. So all four are one. It is called internal organ. Now, this is subtle portion because it cannot be seen, but it's very powerful. But you can see this body, this organ, you can see. So it is gross or tamasic. Whatever is like gross, whatever is not that active, inertia. So this is bit, this inert, body is inert, that's why it is tamasic. But intellect is very sharp, so it is sattvic. The action that I am doing like this, it is rajasic. So combination of this is the whole creation. Sattva, rajas and tamas, from subtle portion, which is very very evolved, which is intellect, near intellect, or near consciousness. Near consciousness, so it is effulgent. So our intellect is like that, we understand very quickly, though our body may not move so quickly. So now if you see Mula Prakriti is that internal organ is Buddhi, Mahat, and Ahamkara, and the whole thing is in mind stuff, and the ego covers the whole thing. Now this then further develops. How it develops? Like we have 5 sense organs. 5 sense organs. To see, to experience 5 sense organs, there must be 5 objects. I see something, so some forms are there, colors are there, various modifications of things which I can perceive through our eyes. So that is also sattvic. Now, we have something like we can karmendriya, we can do, perform some work. So what are those? We have mouth to eat and speak, arms like to grab something, legs to walk on, and organs of excretion and reproduction. So these are 5 karmendriyas and 5 gyanendriyas. Ears means all these are subtle in our brain or in our mind. But we can see whatever these eyes perceive, that is perceived by manas. So it reports to mind. That's why mind is the 11th organ. Mana sixth organ. Mana shashtindriyani prakriti sthani karshati. So ears, skin, eyes, tongue and nose. These are perception. Yeah, organs of perception. Organs of perception. And mouth, arms, legs, organs of creation, reproduction and excretion. Now to perceive these, we must have five objects. What are those? Sound, and then touch, form, taste and smell. So how to perceive that? There must be space. To say like sound, when there is a, even in the universe there is a sound going on. Generally what we think, if there is no medium, there is no sound, but that sound keeps on going, and scientists have found that. And touch. So when air comes, we have a sense of touch. So sense this. And then various forms. Natural, that is, it comes from fire. Fire or energy. And taste and smell. So we have 5 sense organs. 5 sense organs: mouth, touch, form, taste and smell. So this exploration is scientific. Modern science is different from this. Modern science enhances the instruments, but they pertain to only material things. Whereas here it is taken as a whole. Because we have 5 sense organs, we perceive the whole world, whatever world that we perceive. 5 kinds. So people may question, why only 5 elements? In science we study 108 and more than that. But here it is generalized. Why? How generalized? Because we have 5 sense organs, there must be 5 kinds of things in the whole universe. So what are those? Like we say solid. How to tell that it is solid? Because earth is solid, so that word is taken. We call it earth. And then whatever is liquid, how to express that whatever is liquid? So it is called water. And we taste it. And earth can be smelled. And third, whatever form is there, it is like energy. Fire, denoted by fire. And whatever is gaseous, and that gives a sense of touch, like when we blow air, then we can have that touch. So that's why air. And all these are in space. Now, this is also explained in our shastras, in our scriptures. Akashat Vayu, Vayor Agni, Agnirapaha, like this. So everything is come down. Now, what is our experience? When we come out of the dreamless state, first is Mahat, then 4 sense organs, 4 internal organs, 5 organ of perception, and then 5 organs of action, and we have Pancha Prana. Because of the prana that we walk, we grab something, we hear something. The perception, that action is possible because of Pancha Prana. So this is, in short, the whole world. So what we perceive, it is outside, it is space, air, fire, water, earth. In short, we can say the that which contains everything, that's the space, and air, when it is grossified, that comes air, becomes air, then further grossified, it's become fire, water, and earth. Now we'll see here in the text. So this is the whole creation of this world. Now tamah pradhana vikshepa shaktim shaktimat ज्ञानोपहित चैतन्याकाश आकाशाद वायु वायुरग्नि अग्निरापः आपोरद्भ्य पृथिवी च उत्पद्यते एतस्माद् आकाश संभूतः. So this is Taittiriya Upanishad. It is said like that. We can also experience how I come out of dreamless state, how it is all present but not distinct, not not grossified, not identifiable. So from consciousness associated with the projecting power of ignorance, which has a preponderance of the quality of darkness, that means tamas, has evolved akasha. So this is like akasha, etc. You can see it is in dark color. Preponderance of the quality of darkness has evolved akasha, which in turn has produced air. From air has come fire, from fire water, and from water earth, as in such Shruti passages. From this self has evolved. So everything is evolving because of consciousness. On consciousness, all these are happening, as it were. You see, on the rope, we see a snake, and it looks like moving, but actually it is not moving. Similarly, as if it is being created. So, we go to the next. Teshu jadyadhikya darshanat tamah pradhanyam tat karanasya tadanim swatta rajas tamamsi karana guna prakramena teshu akashadi utpaddante. On account of the preponderance of inertia observed in them, their cause also must have an excess of the quality of darkness, tamas. So we see, all the things are lying here. And water, a little liquid, but that's also grossified. And then vayu, the agni, energy, that's also gross. So it is tamasic expression. So everything now will be explained in this term. And then comes air and space also. These are also because of tamasic quality, darkness. At that time, the qualities of sattva, rajas and tamas are produced in ether, etc., in accordance with the law that the qualities of the cause determine the qualities of the effect. So whatever quality is there, so it is from tamasic part. Everything is three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. Say like this. On the screen, you are seeing a horse is galloping. But actually what is happening? Some points are there, say 100,000 points, and that is flickering, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. So it gives a notion that it is moving. So when it is off, that is tamasic. When it is on, it is sattvic. And when it is in transition, that is rajasic. When it is glowing, it is sattvic. When it is in transition, rajasic. When it is not glowing, it is tamasic. So this whole world is like that. Whatever is in action, rajasic. Whatever is glowing is sattvic, whatever is in inertia, that is tamasic. So this space, akasha, vayu, the air, fire, water, earth, all these are from tamasic part. And what is sattvic? Sattvic is our senses, because otherwise we cannot perceive. And what is rajasic? Pancha prana. Because of 5 action, we perceive this. So that's why pancha prana. 5 pranas, vital forces. So now, etanyeva, now let me translate. Though I have read, but on account of the preponderance of inertia observed in them, their cause also must have an excess of the quality of darkness. At that time, the qualities of sattva, rajas and tamas are reproduced in ether. Ether means space, air, fire, water, earth, in accordance with the law. So in what we see, on earth it is the most gross, or we can say grossest. Water, little, some activity is possible, but it is gross. Fire, air, space, these are also expression of gross element. Etanyeva shukshma bhutani cha tanmatranya apanchikritani cha uchyati. Now, how this has come? So it's called tanmatra. Tanmatra. Tanmatra means the essence of that, the rudimentary elements. Essence. See, let us go back. Mahat, when we are coming out of our dreamless state, not yet distinguished, not yet differentiated, all together. Then something wakes up within us. So that bifurcates or distinguishes. One is 5 elements, essence of 5 elements, rudiment, essence of 5 elements. What are those? Like space, air, fire, water, earth. Now, how I am perceiving you? Because some tanmatra comes from you to my eyes. How we smell a rose? Because the smell of rose comes to my senses. That's what tat matra. Tan matra means that is that essential rudimentary element. So when it is apanchikrita, when it is not mixed up, then it is not created. But then comes combination and recombination of various parts, then comes grossified. So these are called subtle matter, rudimentary elements, and uncompounded. Then comes compounding. So this is how it compounds. When the space, say 50% of space, and another 50% is taken from air, fire, water, earth, and when it is mixed up, then it becomes grossified space. Similarly, in air, 50% of air tanmatra and all other 50%. So that way, grossified air. Similarly, fire, similarly, water, similarly, earth. In earth, 50% of tanmatra of earth, and another 50% is from space, air, fire, water. So this way, it becomes grossified. Okay. So all these, when it is not, it is in subtle form, it is called shukshma sharira. Now there are 3 sharira. One is gross body, like this. You can see, you can touch, smell. and something which you cannot see, but you can understand. Like I am speaking, I am thinking, finding words. This you cannot see. But since I am speaking, that's grossified, you can understand that I am thinking. So that is called subtle body, by which we think. You are understanding. How you are understanding? Because of your subtle body. So this is called subtle. So gross, subtle. And there must be a cause. From that cause, that is Mahat. From that cause, this subtle body and gross body has come out. So when it goes back, same thing happens. Like subtle, gross becomes subtle, and then it merges in the causal. Okay. एतेभ्य सूक्ष्म शरीराणि स्थूल bhutani cha uchyate. From these subtle elements are produced subtle bodies and gross elements. So subtle body and gross elements come out of that apanchikrita rudimentary elements. Apanchikrita means rudimentary elements. From there it comes out. So it is not that it is outside, it is all created within our, in our consciousness. It is projected in our consciousness. Now, Shukshma Sharirani, what are those? So, 17 elements are there. What are those? 5 sense organs, Avayavastu, Jnanendriya Panchakam, Buddhi, Manasi, Karmendriya Panchakam, Vayu Panchakam. So, what are those? The component parts of the Linga Sharira, that means subtle body, are the 5 organs. Why it is called Linga Sharira? Because we identify with it. When I say, Caleb says, yes, Swami. So that means you identify with your subtle body. And then you please come here. Then you bring your gross body. So this subtle body is its components are the 5 organs of perception, the intellect, the mind, the 5 organs of action, and 5 vital forces. 5 vital forces. So prana, pancha prana. Say when I say come here, so you walk towards me. So that's why pancha prana. And why it is said buddhi manasi, intellect and mind? Because ego and chitta is included in this. Ego and chitta is included in intellect and mind. Ego and mind stuff is included in intellect and mind. So because these are not 4 different entities, they are all one. So Jnanendriyani, the 5 organs of perceptions are ears, the skin, the eyes, tongue, and the nose. We have already discussed. Etani akashadinam satvikanshebhyo vyastebhyo prithak prithak kramena utpaddanti. These are produced separately in consecutive order from the sattva particle of ether, etc. Ether means from space, air, etc. Whatever the rudimentary part means tan matra, the subtlest part, tan matra. So, when it is sattvic, it becomes senses. When it is tamasic, it becomes objects. And when it is active, that means pancha prana is for that. So, sattva, rajas and tamas. See, I am speaking. Thought process, and I am speaking. My mind, my intellect, and my senses are working. So the senses are sattvic, the working is rajasic, and I am saying something grossified, saying or indicating. It is through my gross body. And why this is being discussed like this? Because we see a rope is showing like a snake, but a snake is not there. Similarly, within you there is that conscious being which is not involved. Next, he evolves into active player. When you are in deep sleep, then you come out and create the whole world. And when you go to sleep and you go to deep sleep, you absorb the whole world. But within you there is someone who is not affected, who is not affected at all. So that is called Brahman, who is not affected at all, but who is being created and projected and absorbed. That is called apara prakriti. Para prakriti creates and preserves. Apara prakriti is being created and being absorbed. It is like the snake is produced, it is projected, but actually nothing is happening. Similarly, when you meditate, you be in your own self, then nothing is being projected. But as you create, come out, and want to enjoy something, then you create the objects. And then you try to enjoy that. So it is our projection. In our dream also, what happens? We have some subtle desire that is not fulfilled in gross world. So we go to sleep, there we enjoy that much. So this is the procedure. Etanyakashe dinam sattvankshebhyo vyastebhyo prithak prithak kramena utpaddanti. These are produced separately in consecutive order from the sattva particles of the ether, etc. Now what is buddhi? Intellect. But now we'll have to stop. Just quickly, what is buddhi? Intellect. Buddhir nama nishchayatmikantha karanvritti. So internal organ, but that decides. Okay, today I'll go to Vedanta. This decision, why I to go to? Because then we'll try to think about how creation happens. So this decision taking happens because of intellect. Nishchayatmikantha karanvritti. What says that this is good or this is bad, this is red or this is white, that decides. Manonama sankalpa vikalpatmikantha karanvritti. So when I see this, whether it is red or yellow or it is white, so this alternate thinking, sankalpa vikalpa, we grab something and leave something and grab something else. This mind, you say my mind is not settled, I'm confused. So that's called mind. The mind, manas, is that modification of the internal instrument which considers the pros and cons of a subject, sankalpa and vikalpa. And anayoreva chitta ahamkarayor antarbhava. The mind stuff, chitta and egoism, ahamkara, are included in the intellect and mind, manas, respectively. And what is chittam? Anusandhanatmika antahakaranvritti chittam. Memory, chitta, is that modification of the inner organ which remembers. So chitta means it is very transparent, it reflects consciousness, as it were. So we feel I am conscious, but actually it is the reflection of the inner consciousness. And abhimanatmika antahkaran vritti ahamkara. Egoism, hamkara, is that modification of the inner organ which is characterized by self-consciousness. I am speaking, you are listening. So this awareness is because of ego. So we'll stop here. Any question?
No, thank you, Maharaj.
Okay. Yeah.
I had
It cannot be defined. How can you define? How can that be super conscious anymore? Even you cannot define Prakriti. Say, what I give the example, a character or a figure in a painting cannot define, cannot understand the painter. In your dream, whatever you dream, that character, dream character, cannot define you. In dream character, say you saw somebody's walking, can he understand what you are? Even you don't remember. When you wake up, then you say, oh, I am Barbara. How can the dream character understand you? Got the point? Say you have written a story. In a story, a hero is there, like a protagonist, or anybody. Whatever you are writing, he will speak that. That character cannot understand you, the author. Got the point? So it cannot be defined. Then it will become object. But it is the pure subject, where there is no creation, there is no projection, there is no modification at all. Definitions at all are in grossified form of this world. Yes. That is why this is word. Word is to express the idea. In this world, so aksharam brahma paramam, that which is not destructible, undiminished. So this can be said. But it is only tatastha lakshana. Tatastha lakshana means, if you ask, where is that river? So you say, oh, you see that tree? Just below that. So it can be indicated on, but that's not real definition. But you are there, you are that, which you can feel. Why you need a definition? Just remove all your wrong identification, and you are that. So we don't need any definition. Okay. Akshay?
like, what is the meaning that God center is everywhere?
Yeah, God. See, your consciousness is spreaded all over your dream. In your dream, you alone exist. In the whole dream, you alone you alone are real. So God means your real being, or the real being of this whole universe. Real being of the whole universe. He is pervaded everywhere. You, whatever you create or project, whatever you see, it is your world. So you alone are real. All other comes and goes away. Even say you are listening this talk. After a certain time, we also will disappear from you. But you will be there all the time. So you are pervaded all that exists in your thinking. Real you. Right?
Yeah.
Say today morning, when you woke up, the mother said, now please eat, and you ate. And then you went to school, and then whatever you did the whole day, and you came after that. So you are all the time there. In you, all the thoughts were coming and going away. So we are real. Our real being, not this apparent being. This apparent being are sattva, rajas and tamas in different combination and recombination. That is what is being said. And if you see the chart, you can see the whole thing is creation of Mula Prakriti. And what is that Mula Prakriti? It is Para Vidya. Para Prakriti. Para Prakriti. Para Prakriti. Your Prakriti. But that's supreme, the creating power. The magician's magic, creating power. That creates, that projects. Within you there is something which is uncreated. Within you there is something which is uncreated. That is real. But when you create, there must be a creator and a creation. So the whole creation is explained by this. We have science, 5 sense organs. So there must be 5 sense objects. How those have come? From 5 rudimentary elements. Tanmatra. Tanmatra. When I smell something, some subtle portion comes to my nose. So there must be some relation with object and the sense organs. So this is all modified sattva, rajas and tamas. But it is all tanmatra. Tanmatra divided into 3 things. One is the grossified, the subtle portion, and the near the conscious portion. Sattva. Sattva, rajas and tamas. So this is the whole world, what is projected. We will go, we'll revisit and go in details. But here what we have to find? We have to find this creation and what are the components, so that we can find who is the real being within us, that is Purusha. Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha is the cause of everything, on which everything happens, and with the help of Mula Prakriti, that means Mula Prakriti, that means Para Prakriti, Supreme Prakriti, this Apara Prakriti is created. Like a magician, he takes the help of magic and he creates illusion. Like an author takes the help of his creative mind and writes a fiction. Like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tassat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you very much.
Pranam Maharaj.
Namaste, Swami.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Pranam.
Namaste.
Jai Masam. Pranam, Maharaj.
Namaskar. Namaskar.